Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Welcome back to the show. We are joined by the owner and operator of Mother Earth Aesthetics. Yes, Leonetti Bester back joining us here today from Fort Wayne, Indiana, to talk more about the work she's doing with skincare, body care, and of course, really offering customized treatments that tailor each guest. And we're excited she's back today, joining us here before the holidays. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Jill. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. A little bit rainy here in New York, but it's warm. How's the
Yeah.
weather there in Indiana?
Oh gosh, it's jury here. It's jury, but we're surviving.
Good. Well, great to have you back. For those new time listeners, tell us how we can reach you to start.
Yep, absolutely. So you can find us on the web at www.mearadiance.com, or you can give us a call at 260-255-6557. And we're available on all the social medias as well, TikTok, Facebook, as well as Instagram at Mother
Beautiful.
Earth Aesthetics.
Well,
Yes.
also, as we continue the conversation today, I'm just letting you know we're going to open up the phone lines in just a few minutes. So if you do want to call after we get to know a little more about her, 631-307-4010. That's 631-307-4010. Again, if you have any questions. In the meantime, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you provide.
Absolutely. So I am a registered nurse, esthetician, as well as body sculpting specialist. I have been a registered nurse for over 10 years now. I am master's prepared, so I do have my MSN in nursing. As far as aesthetics, I've been an esthetician for 20 years. And body sculpting, I have just started to dive into that this past March. So it's been a few months now that I've added that to my practice. And as far as Mother Earth Aesthetics, we officially became a business in September of 2023. Doors officially opened in March of 2024. So we've been practicing and doing well since then.
And can I just ask you about the holiday special? Is it still on? And what is it for those
That's
listeners out
still
there? Tell
on.
us.
Yep. So we have 30% off all of our packages. Those are our customized facial packages, our body sculpting packages, as well as intimate skin lightening packages. And with the body sculpting package, you do receive a free waist trainer, which is a $65 value. And all of our products are 30% off as well until December 21st.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now, for today's show, what did you want to kind of start with to break down? Do you want to talk skin? Do you want to talk body? What did you have in mind?
So, yeah, let's talk body because I think that is such a big topic for a lot of people, especially rounding after the holidays. We've had Thanksgiving, we have Christmas coming up, all the family gatherings. People may be eating a little bit more than what they typically do, and so we're packing on the winter pounds. So when
So
we do
true.
that, in the winter is when we start making our summer bodies. So a lot of people, have those New Year resolutions to lose weight. And so with the body sculpting, that's what we're here for to help non-invasively reduce those inches along the waist and arms and thighs and butt. so,
Uh-huh.
so yes. So please go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask how many, like how does the process work? How many treatments do you need? Or is it sold in a certain amount of packages at a time?
So, as far as how many treatments you need, that is kind of really subjective to a lot of people. I always like to say everybody's body is different, and we all kind of metabolize things a little bit different, and we all kind of move in our own type of way. So, I usually typically tell people to start seeing results. We usually want to do between 6 to 12 treatments. And that way we can kind of gauge where you need to go. As far as purchasing packages, you don't have to in order to do the treatments. You can buy them one off. And those are $180 per session.
Okay.
So you do get a little bit of a discount with the purchase. And I also forgot to mention our gift cards are on discount too. So you get a little bit
Yes.
more bang for your buck. Yes.
How does that work? Will
So
you buy it for how much is it? Do you buy it for and how much is it worth? What's the promotion? I forgot.
yes, so you buy a $100 gift card for
Hmm.
$75, And then we have our 200 gift card, I believe, for 150. And then our $500 gift card is for $400. So big, big savings
Wow,
on
that is
those.
huge.
Yes, huge, huge. Yes.
Oh my
And you can
goodness.
purchase those online
Hmm.
on the website underneath gift cards. So it's really easy to navigate.
Now, I know you mentioned, the goal is, you want every client satisfied, right? You want everyone to feel good. And this
Absolutely.
is the time of the year where I tell everyone, this is what the ladies want, and some men too, but we want to look better. And these are the best
Yes,
gifts. I tell everyone this all the time. And men sometimes don't get it. Like, nah, jewelry's okay, but we want the self-care. I'm sorry. This is so much better to get, feeling,
absolutely.
especially during this time of year when we do gain the pounds, we're not feeling our best, but this inspires us to do a lot better. And, this whole new fat cavitation, right, which obviously is what you're doing. Could you just explain a little bit to us, the science
Yes.
behind it? Because some people are still skeptical about, wait, what? It's
Mhm.
non-invasive, but it's working. How
Yep.
is this happening? And it is approved.
You got it. And I absolutely love to explain this just because it is non-invasive and it does work. And like you mentioned, it is backed by science. And so I have been spending a lot of my time behind the chair educating and being out in the community and educating because, like you mentioned, people are skeptical about fat cavitation. So essentially, the science behind it is with fat cavitation, it uses low vibration waves or signals and it causes micro bubbles into your fat cells. So, how I like to explain it to people, if you think of an opera singer and the way that they can hit notes so high that it shatters glass, well, essentially, what that vibration is going to do inside of your body, imagine this is your fat cell, and then you have the fluid of fat inside that fat cell. That vibration is going to kind of shake what's inside of there and liquefy that fat and cause micro bubbles. And it's going to expel it out through your lymphatic system. So with the help of that, we use radio frequency, which that produces heat. And the
Mm-hmm.
heat also helps to liquefy and produce collagen. So you get that skin tightening.
Yep.
So, not just losing fat and then having hanging skin, but it's also going to help tighten you up as well. And then where the lymphatic system comes into play is that is a major function of the body that helps us get rid of waste. And so part of that waste is going to be that liquefied fat, and you're just
Mm-hmm.
naturally going to urinate it out. Yes. So it does take a little bit of exercise. You don't have to do anything intense. What I always like to recommend my clients because a lot of them don't have time to work out. Again, a lot of them are busy moms who don't have that time. So buy a vibrational plate, and what that's going to do, you stand on it. And I know you saw the little, it kind of jiggles your body around. And what that's going to do is help stimulate that lymphatic system to get the fat flowing so that way you can pee it out. So everything just kind of works together. It's non-invasive. Like I mentioned, you're not going to have any surgery. There's absolutely no downtime. You can come in on your lunch break and go right back to normal. No anesthesia involved, no cutting, no nothing. And usually the first session, you're gonna feel it, and you're going to most people lose between a half inch, and I've had someone lose up to 3.5 inches on their first session as well.
Got it.
So very exciting. Yes, very
Beautiful.
exciting.
And I
Hmm.
just want to remind everyone that the lines are open. If you have any questions, please give us a call, 631-307-4010. That's 631-307-4010. And how can we contact you directly as well?
You can contact me at 260-255-6557. 260-255-6557.
Beautiful. All right. And the website one more time?
www.mearadiance.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. What else did you want to discuss today about all the services that Mother Earth
Oh
obviously
my
can provide?
gosh.
I know there's a lot.
There is a lot. Let's see here. Let me just take a look at my notes. Um, so I guess along with the topic of body sculpting, a lot of people want to know, is it painful?
Ah,
Um,
good one.
Pain is of course, a
Oh,
subjective
we have a call
feeling.
coming in. Hold on one
Oh,
second. Hi, welcome to the show.
so
You are
sweet.
live on the line. Who's this?
Hi, hello. My name's Marsha J. I'm calling because I've been considering trying derma planning for a while now, but I'm so scared that my facial hair will grow back thicker. Can you offer some insight on that? And also, what are some of the benefits of derma planning?
Okay, you said that what would grow back thicker, your hair?
Yes, yes, exactly. My hair from derma planning. I've been trying to consider derma planning, but I don't want it to get
Oh,
thicker.
Oh,
yeah.
dermaplaning. Do you do
Okay,
dermaplaning?
dermaplaning. I do dermaplaning,
Go
and
ahead.
that is a very good concern, Marcia, that you have. So your hair will not grow back thicker. The blade, and the reason being is that the blade on the dermaplane tool is not. It's essentially a scalpel, and it's not
Okay.
a razor. And
Okay.
so the angle that we hold the blade is at a 45-degree angle. And the hair that we're getting rid of, it's the vellus hair, which vellus hair is that peach fuzz hair. So if someone
Mhm.
is dermaplaning over thick hair, they should not be doing that because that's not the intent of what dermaplaning is. So really, we should be waxing that hair first before we go into it with the dermaplaning scalpel. And that hair
Okay.
that we're getting rid of, yes, since it's being cut at that 45-degree angle, it's not going to come back coarser and it won't come back thicker or anything like that. That vellus hair will always remain vellus hair.
Okay, great. That's great to know. Thank you for that. And also, what are the
Absolutely.
benefits of derma planning?
Oh,
Benefits. So it's going to give you that glow. It's an exfoliating type of treatment. So usually it's marketed as that, and people like to think of it as hair removal, and that's not what it is. It's an exfoliating type of procedure. And the benefit of it is, yes, you do get that hair removal. So it's going to just give you that glow. It's going to help brighten your skin
mm-hmm.
because it's getting rid of those dead skin cells.
How often should we
Okay.
be dermaplaning too, by the way? Just curious.
Yeah, usually like monthly, every 3 to 4 weeks. You know, you don't want to go in too intense with any more than that with the exfoliation.
Okay. Thank you so much. Any other questions?
No, that was it. Thank you so much for giving me some insight.
Well, thank you for
Absolutely.
calling. We appreciate it. All right. And to all of our
All
listeners,
right.
thank you so much. We ask if anyone does else want to call. It's 631-307-4010. Thank you so much. All right. Any questions? Welcome. Right. Okay. So I forgot where we left off now,
So
but that's a
yes,
good thing.
pain with the body sculpting. So essentially, I was just mentioning that pain is subjective, but usually during that treatment, like I mentioned, usually everyone on my table, and when I say usually everyone, I'm talking about like 99.9%, right? So everyone essentially says that it's relaxing. They could fall asleep. It feels like a nice massage. So it's a very comfortable type of procedure. The only thing is that ringing in your ears that you will hear, and again, that's because it's sending that low vibration throughout your body, and for some reason, you just hear it through your ears. But otherwise, it's very relaxing. There's no pain involved. As far as being skeptical about the procedure, I always tell everyone there's nothing in my
hmm
treatment room that I wouldn't do on myself. So I absolutely support it. I love it. And once I get to a place where I can do it on myself, I am going to be in that treatment room every 3 days doing it. You better believe it.
I love
So,
it.
yeah. And that's another thing. So with the treatments, you want to do it at least every 72 hours. You
Okay.
don't want to do it any sooner than that because it takes about 3 days for your system to start kind of processing everything and flushing your system completely out. So anything sooner than that, any treatment sooner than that, you're just going to overwhelm your system and it'll just be counterproductive. So usually I schedule everyone about a week apart, and that seems to work like chef's kiss.
I love it.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
All right. And again, the lines are open 631-307-4010. What else are we going to chat about now?
What else? Oh my gosh, just leaving it open to me. That is so funny because I am
Oh, fine.
most like indecisive person.
Okay.
Like there's so many options.
I know. What seems to
Um,
be the most common thing that people are coming in for the holidays, though? Is it the body sculpting or
it is the
skincare?
body sculpting. It's the
Okay.
body sculpting as well as the cellulite reduction. So I guess, we can talk a
Ooh.
little bit
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
that.
Tell me how that works and what that's about.
So
Thank
how
you.
that works, yeah, you're welcome. So essentially that's along the same thing as with the cavitation. I'll throw in a little bit of that, but mostly what I'm focusing in is the vacuum machine, and it's
Okay.
called a knuckle cup. And that means absolutely nothing to you guys, but it is the best tool that I have for cellulite reduction. And essentially what it is, it has a little, it's a suction cup with the bar running across the center of it.
Okay.
That bar, the purpose of that is to break up the tissue so that way we can soften it and smooth it out. And a lot of the work for cellulite reduction is
Mm-hmm.
using a lot of radio frequency. So again, that heat, the cell or the skin tightening collagen production effect is what we want. And again, sometimes with the fat, with cellulite, there's fat there too. So I do use the cavitation tool to help kind of get rid of the fat and smooth things out with that. And again,
Beautiful.
it's painful. No. Is it
Yeah.
permanent? No, it's not permanent, but it can be if, your diet is there, if you're exercising, and if you're drinking that water. And water and exercise and that diet are the three key components to any body sculpting service. And so, kind of the controversy that I get is like, well, if you're drinking water and you're exercising and dieting anyway, why do you need body sculpting? Well, let me tell you why you need body sculpting. It's because
Yep.
um, sometimes, no matter how much you diet, no matter how much water you drink, you're still going to have that loose skin. You're still not going to be as toned or sculpted as you want. And that's what body sculpting is here. It's here to kind of give you that extra edge, and it's going to get rid of that for you. And again, it's not a miracle. So if you have, an excessive amount of fat or cellulite, it's non-invasive. So it's the only
Yeah.
way to totally get rid of that completely is through surgery. But, I have a lot of guests that come to me and say, well, this is something cosmetic, so I really don't want to, dive into surgery, so this is good for me. So, and it absolutely is. They're happy, they're telling
Yeah.
their friends and family about it. And and again, it's backed by science. And I absolutely love it. Every time I see results and every time my guests, they always say how good they feel. They can tell their clothes are fitting different. People are noticing, their significant other is noticing. I even have a couple, they haven't told their husbands that they're getting this done, you know.
I know a lot of women do
Yeah,
that.
and so one of my guests, she's like, my husband, he's like, she just told him that she got a vibration plate. So he thinks that's all she's doing, right? Is getting on that vibration
Yeah.
plate. Yeah, so people are noticing, and it's really cool.
I love it. I love it. And then let me ask you, this is the downtime, of the season technically for a lot of people. So people
Yeah.
do come back for the facial aspect and the
Hmm.
skincare services because,
Yeah.
a lot of us in the sun, even though we try not to be in the sun,
Mhm.
and should we still be wearing sunblock in the winter? I mean,
Absolutely, of course.
ew.
Please wear your sunscreen in the winter. Just because it's the UVA rays from the sun, and even when it's cloudy outside, those UVA rays, which are the aging rays, they still shine through and they can still cause skin damage. So anything above 30, SPF 30 is going to be fabulous throughout the entire year. There's sunscreens on the market that aren't as thick. I've came across, some that are very casty, even for pigmented skin, they leave that white
Mm-hmm.
cast. And then sometimes they're just thick, they smell funny, and they're just, But, luckily the line that I carry, Circadia's sunscreen, it's fabulous.
It's not oily, not greasy.
Not oily, not greasy. In fact, it's a dual for both moisturizer as well as an SPF. So
Awesome.
after your facial routine, just throw that on and you're good to go and protected.
All right, thank you. Now, what about stuff, for the sunspots? We were just talking about facial care. What do you do, like an LED light therapy? What can help with the sunspots and age
Yep.
spots? You
So
do chemical
sunspots.
peels? I mean, there's a lot. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. There's a combination of things that we can do. We can do chemical peels. We can do different serums. We can do the LED light and I believe it's the yellow. The yellow and both red can take care of that with the like the pigmentation and things like that. Even a little bit of the blue too, even though that's mostly for like oily acne, but pigmentation definitely can help.
Awesome. Good to hear because I feel like now's the time of year you want to be most aggressive to your face. And with chemical peels, how have they changed over the years? What is the downtime with a chemical peel? What are the benefits of a chemical peel?
So it just depends on which type of chemical peel you receive for the downtime that you
Mm-hmm.
have. So some peels they do, cause peeling, frank peeling, and you want to be careful not to peel that because
Okay.
again, you can be counterproductive and cause
Yep.
like hyperpigmentation from that peeling.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you do get a peel and you start to peel, usually within 3 days, that will
Okay.
start happening. And you want to get rid of that, like you don't want to go in public, then you can, cut around it, but don't like peel it. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Like just cut the like hanging stuff off, but not like don't peel it off of your skin. Let it naturally do that. It's best to not touch it, period. But if you have to, then just kind of trim it. Um, so there's that, and then there's some peels that you don't peel at all. They're made for sometimes acne, a lot of acne, melasma,
Yeah.
yes. So it just depends on what type of peel you have. And what I like about the changing aspect of chemical peels is that well, back in the day, they for certain like Fitzpatrick levels, which is the darkness or lightness of your skin,
Oh,
they
yeah.
were
I've heard of that.
yeah,
Okay.
they were damaging. But now there's pills, for every Fitzpatrick, and yeah, and they're healthy for the skin too.
Awesome. Thank
So,
you for
and
sharing
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
absolutely. And usually too with chemical pills, maybe about every 4 weeks, depending on what you're trying to treat, is a good regimen for having that done.
Wow. I'm like, ah. And I want to get it done. And I had one many years ago, but I'm like, wait, what about my
Uh-huh.
face? What is it going to look like? Someone like you working
Yeah.
would understand why my face is red.
Mhm.
But it's that whole,
Yeah.
do you have the downtime, right?
Yeah, it is something, it can be a little embarrassing, but beauty is a work in progress. So,
Sure is.
um, yeah, so those who know.
Love it. All right. Well, we have 6 more minutes left in the show. Again, the lines are open 631-307-4010. We also urge you, of course, to reach out to us today. You can go to mearadiance.com and find out more 260-255-6557. And, right now, this is the time, the holiday season, to look better, feel better, and to get started. Now, there's also you mentioned, the LED therapy, and then there's like this high frequency. What is that?
Mhm.
What is the difference with it? Could you share how that works and what that's doing
Yes.
for
So a
ourselves?
high frequency, I absolutely love that little tool. And it reminds me of being in a tattoo parlor and all you hear is like zzz. But I tell people all the time it sounds worse than what it actually is. And it produces like it's really cool. I have one that produces argon gas and oh my, I'm having a moment of the
Okay.
other gas.
I don't know.
Argon and anyway, I can't remember, but
That's okay.
the red light is the one that I can't remember what it is. But that one is for, again, anti-aging. Um, and it's going to help with like wrinkles, dry skin, that sort of thing. And then the blue gas, that one helps with acne prone skin. So it's
Mm-hmm.
going to help with the oil production. It's going to help to shrink pores. It's going to help with hyperpigmentation. So it's really cool. And you just you put a little, it's like a mushroom type of tool, I guess, to explain it. And you just kind
Okay.
of, you know, um uh move it along the face to treat different areas.
Perfect.
So, yeah, usually it's about a 20-minute treatment added onto a facial. It's really, really cool.
Do you also do laser hair removal or just the dermaplaning?
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay.
I just do the dermaplaning. Yes, yes.
Interesting. Yeah, that was the biggest myth back in the day. If you shave your face, it's gonna grow
Yeah.
back thicker. Why does everyone think that?
I,
Who
you
taught us
know, I
that?
don't know. And I think it's because, how I was speaking on the angle of it. Well, with the razor, you're getting a blunt cut with
Yeah.
with a razor. And so you're going to feel stubble, just because if
Yeah,
you've ever had a string of hair, like magnified, it's a blunt cut, so it feels weird. Um,
totally.
yeah, but if you're cutting at that angle, then you shouldn't have a problem.
All right.
And,
Well,
and yeah, you shouldn't be dermaplaning over, that thick hair anyway. You should be waxing that.
yeah. All
And
right. Well,
typically with waxings, the more you wax, the lighter it will become.
yeah, that's you know what? That's the other thing I hear. And then speaking of, you're working with women with skin types of all colors, right? All this is
Yep.
good for everything. For someone who has dark skin to light skin, it's okay.
Yep, you got it.
Awesome. Good to know. Well, we have
Yep.
only 3 minutes left. How did you kind of want to end for today and kind of sum up things?
Um, just to reach out if you have any questions or concerns, and don't forget about our website and all those hot specials that we have for the holidays. And also, men, don't forget, these treatments are for you too. I know I talked a lot about for busy moms and things like that.
Yeah.
Definitely for men, as well. I know men have a lot of body issues, body concerns as well, and have those beer bellies a lot of times. I can get that in shape as well. So yeah, this is definitely treatments for men and even the facials. So yeah, be afraid to reach.
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much. And let's remind everyone, of course, how we can contact you.
Yes, of course, 260-255-6557, or visit us on the web at www.mearadiance.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure having you here. Great to see you. And, want to wish you a very happy holiday and remind people to reach out for those holiday gift cards and specials because that's great. I mean, I think you said like a $400 gift card's like 300. Don't quote me.
No, 500
Maybe.
for
Oh yeah.
400.
Thank you. We're
Mhm.
saving a lot of money here and let alone the other specials. So that's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
are we back on again before the holidays or is this our last show?
I think we're back next week
Okay, good,
before the
good.
holidays. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and just curious, if you want to share your screen to show us some of like the treatments before and afters of people, like that I know, it's great to see visuals as well on this end if you want. You're more than
Uh-huh.
welcome to do that. So, seeing is believing, to see the results from these
Sure.
LED therapies, the body
Oh, I would love
cavitation.
to.
That'd be great. All right, just a suggestion. All right,
Yeah,
thank you so much.
absolutely. We'll see you next time.
All right, till next time.
All
Have a
right.
great day. Bye-bye.
You too.
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com, or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house.
And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.